Hey friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for my December daily video. Today I'm going to be working on story number 1, which is also day number 1 for December. So if you'd like to see what I'm going to do, stick around. What's up, Chappy fam? I hope you guys are having a great week. Happy Try It Tuesday. This is a series on my channel where I try new things, and last year, December Daily was my very first December Daily, like participating in the community and product play and buying all the things. And so this is year number 2 for me. So still pretty new to it, but not as new as I was last year. I'm excited to dive in. I have already filmed and shared my intro and reason why pages, which I will link at the end of this video. And today I'm working on story number 1. And for me, I like to plug in on my little calendar, like what stories I want to tell when they're happening on that specific day. And then for days that I don't have specific events or activities happening, I will just plug in the stories I know I want to tell every year. For example, wrapping paper or new ornaments or hot cocoa, things like that, that don't necessarily need a definitive date. That's just the way it works for me. You can do it however you'd like. But for us this year on December 1st, Nora got invited to our church's tea party. And this is something the children's director does every, like, I want to say once a quarter, or at least twice a year, if not once a quarter. She gathers the girls in the kids church, as we call it, who are ages 7 to 12, and they're able to go and have like a real tea party, have little snacks on little tea trays. It's really cute. They do a couple games and a craft, and I think they like pray for each other and stuff. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to be telling the story of Nora going to this tea party. Now, at the time I'm filming this, it hasn't happened yet. So you're going to just see me doing the foundation portion of this. And then when I get actual photos, when the event actually takes place, I will add those in and come back and show you that, probably in like a flip through or a review of some sort as December moves forward. So what I've done is really roughly sketch out a teacup. I'm going to be using this side of the paper. This is from the Paper Person shop, their holiday collection. And I just thought this was perfect because it's sprinkles, and that reminds me of like a celebration and snacks and like this tea party. And so I'm going to cut out a teacup, and then in the top of the teacup, where like you'd see just a little bit of that liquid, I'm going to cut a slit, and I'm going to have this pocket behind it to pull up, which is going to have the journaling. And then the back, I probably will put a photo, maybe more than one photo. There might end up being more than one tag in this pocket. So I'm going to account for not knowing exactly what's going to happen. But I'm going to make as much as I can without, actually having photos or the event having taken place. Another option I thought about drawing on was this one because it is the same color blue. And I will be using the Rub-Ons from this set. So you can see the teacup and the teapot. And I obviously went with the same color. That's why I chose this 3x4 card and these pattern papers. And then I also have some accent stickers here that are also from Paper Person shop. So some stars, some older alphas. I think these are from last year. I'm not sure if I'll end up using them or not. And then my idea was I wanted to have like the tea bag, like how it hangs outside of the cup like this, have like the information about who, what, when, where, why, maybe, or there might be something else on it. I don't really know, but I'm going to have to cut out a tea bag of my own, which it might be this. I might do this and have this be the cup. I just like this. This is like a really cute repeated pattern. We'll have to see. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to do a little quick intro, and then I'm going to fast forward the camera and do my voiceover as usual. So let's go. Hey friends. So I'm super excited to make this, little like teacup, if you will. It's very DIY'd. I have a Cricut. I don't really know how to use it, but it's all good. I'm going to draw on my own and hope that it comes out halfway decent. You might want to turn your volume up. I'm trying not to be too loud or expressive because my mother-in-law's puppy is we're trying to get him to sleep behind me. She's actually not here, so we're trying to see how he does with Auntie Jen as the babysitter, and he's in his little cage. He's so cute, little 13-week-old lab. So anyways, I am roughly sketching out this teacup on the blue paper. I decided to go with the blue. And then, because I wasn't really sure, I mean, this would be a great background paper, but really I'm picking it because of the color. The sentiments on it are great, of course, but I just really liked the color blue because it really matches the rub-on teacup that I'm going to use later. So right now I'm trying to make a handle. I'm gonna do my best. It's very, like reminds me of like an elementary school craft project in a way, but that's the beauty of December Daily. I'm not going for perfection. I'm never going to be like one of those amazing like hybrid creators who do these super extravagant, intricate albums. That's okay with me. I am doing this to capture the stories, and I shared my reason why last week, and just to lean into the excitement of the season because I'm actually really excited about Christmas, and honestly, I'm not always. It's the first year that I'm starting to feel more like myself and like who, comfortable with who I am and loving who I am, and along with that comes healing and a fresh outlook on holidays, which haven't always been my favorite. So, for me, this is just a lot of fun and it doesn't have to be perfect. So I am cutting out the inside where I'm going to have the little sprinkles be the top, so it looks like that's like the inside of the teacup. I guess it kind of looks like it could be hot cocoa because it's sprinkles, and usually you put whipped cream and sprinkles on top, but whatever, it's fine. It's a festive beverage in a teacup, okay? It can be whatever festive beverage your little heart desires. And heck, you could put sprinkles on tea if you really wanted to. So, there's that. So I'm just using some double-sided tape to adhere the sprinkles to the top. And I'm going to cut a little slit in the sprinkles so that I can slide the tag in and out of that portion of the cup. So it's kind of like not hidden journaling because I want the tag to stick out over the top, but it just acts like a cute little pocket, And then I went through my papers from December Daily. Most of these are like everything I'm using for the most part is Paper Person, but for the background, I want to use Ali Edwards paper, just so that it's a little bit more cohesive with the rest of the album. And she had a lot of great patterns this year. I did purchase the add-ons and the specialty paper packs. So I don't know which one this is from, but this is what I chose. It was very simple white background with thin red diagonal lines. And then I am going to cut the little 3x4 pocket card into a tag shape, sort of try to find the middle of the sprinkles so that that's where I can cut my line for the pocket to go. Yeah, and then I'm just making a little bit of a wider slit so that it doesn't get stuck. And testing it out, seeing if I like where it sits. And then I'm going to use the score tape to add adhesive to the back, but also to act as a stopper for that tag so it doesn't go below where that adhesive line is on the bottom of the cup. Testing it, we're good. Got to punch some holes in the paper, so I'm going to use a page protector to line it up, and my We Are Memory Keepers hole punch. Has a bunch of different sizes. I love this thing. It's amazing. It's very heavy and bulky, but it's an amazing tool. I did end up using a little piece of washi tape to make sure that it stayed in place so I could punch the holes correctly. You see the top left hole is wonky, and something I do off camera and after the video and after the photos is added some reinforcer reinforcer, I guess, papers around each of those hole punches, so you won't even know that there's like a kind of a little mistake on the top punch. I go back and use my red star paper that I used for the littlest tag portions, and for the big tag, this paper right here. And I just used my We Are Memory Keepers punch to punch some reinforcer circles and glue them down. And it does a couple of things. It, one, hides the mistake on the top punch, but it also brings a little bit more color to the page. And I love the way it looks in the end, although you won't see it until next week when I pull out my December Daily album again. But that's okay. So I'm going to I decided to add a second card. I wasn't sure if I was going to do that, but I figure this way, even if I don't use it, it's there and I can add some embellishing to it if I want to, or stamp on it or whatever. But now I at least have space to add more journaling or photos if I want to. And then it's going to slide behind the first littler tag. So now that I like the length of both tags and where they're situated behind the cup, I can take off all of the backing to this score tape and adhere it down. So I love how it looks all nestled in, one behind the other. And so I also punched little teeny weeny holes in the top of each of those tags. And now I'm going to create the quote unquote tea bags. Now, in hindsight, I was like, ooh, I could have used or made my own little like vellum tea bag that actually looked like a pouch with tea in it. Like, you know, a smart person maybe would have made like a shaker pocket tag. I can always go back and do that if I really want to, but for now, I'm going to leave it as is just because, like, time. Like, yeah, I just don't have the time. But to, like, kind of go back and be that nitpicky. If I want to and it's like, okay, I really think this needs a shaker, then I can always go back and add one. But anyhow, you can see I'm taking scraps of both of those papers, trimming them into tag shapes, punching holes in them, and then I'm going to use those to act as the tea bags. I'm selecting some embroidery floss here that will be used to tie to each of the bigger tags, and it's nothing magical. I literally am just like eyeballing how long I want the thread to be, and then tying a double knot on both sides, using a little bit of glossy accents to sort of like, I don't know, keep the edges of the knots from fraying. And then I'm going to use my little teeny tiny eyelets here to poke in all 4 of these tags. So I got my crocodile, I've got my eyelets, and I'm going to use the black ones because I want to bring in some black, because I'm going to stamp black on the top, the title. So also want to tie in some of that black outline that's on the teacup as well, so it doesn't look, you know, so stark. So this pink embroidery floss is what number is this? Oh goodness. I don't even know what number it is. I'm sorry. That jingle bell noise was me rummaging through my December Daily craft cart, and I don't know what number. Oh, it says it right there, 504. Perfect. You're welcome. See the little piece of like the barcode up there, that in the top left, that's the tag or the packaging from the embroidery floss. So yeah, I'm just kind of fiddling around with it to see how long I think I want the tag to be. And I'm adding this little tiny plastic candy cane, which I think I got these at Hobby Lobby last year. I was like, ooh, these would be so cute. I think they're supposed to be teeny tiny ornaments or something, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm like, oh, these are going in my December Daily cart for sure. And I love them. I added them in a few places last year, and I'm sure I'll add them in a bunch of places this year. So once these are all tied up together, I'm going to work on the smaller tags, so like the T portion. So I'm going through my embellishments to see what I want to do. I know I want to have the number for the day on one of the tags, and then I want to just add a little decor to the other one. So I like the size and the color, obviously the black of these numbers and alphas from Allie Edwards. Then I'm going to go through and find a label that I like better than that green one that I had. And so I settle on this red one from an old Heidi Swapp set. And then that's what I'm going to use to add my embellishing to. So I'm going to add the little blue teacup rub-on to the label, along with, oh, I can't wait to show you what I do with these little tiny embellishments here. First, I'm like, no, I don't like that label. I'm going to take that off. Meh. We don't like that. We don't like you. You have to go back in there. And then I decide I'm going to put that big teacup or teapot to the side for later, because I don't know how to incorporate it at this point, and I don't know if I will, but I'm going to paper clip it to the page at the end so that I know that that's something I might possibly want to use when I actually finish this foundation page. It's way more than a foundation page, though, because obviously it's for a specific story, so I know what's going here. I just don't have the journaling, and it hasn't happened yet, so I don't obviously have pictures. So yeah, I did the rub-on with the little blue teacup on the label, and then this little pink teacup or coffee cup came from like an add-on. It was like a really discounted in an Ali Edwards sale. I think it's from an older Week in the Life or Day in the Life set, possibly. So here I go adding in these little teeny tiny goodies. They are specialty glitter, I think it's called, from Michaels. I just shared it in a Flip Through Friday haul not that long ago, and I'm going to use them. Like, I'm like, they kind of look like, you know, cookies and candies, and what goes better with tea than like a little cookie? So I'm going to use my glossy accents to glue on the peppermints and the gingerbread men, as, you know, just as a little extra touch, and it adds some depth, texture to the page, and I think they are so stinking cute. So I I adhere those to each of the tags. I put a couple of them on the actual like journaling card. So at the end of the holidays, I put a gingerbread man, and over the O, I put the peppermint. And then I can't do the journaling yet, but I can fill out the part where it says, you know, location, which was our church, Spindle City Vineyard, and what day it happened on, which it'll be a Friday, December 1st, which is why this is story number 1. And I can put the number 1, except I don't. I put the number 2 because I've already done the foundation and the reason why pages. So in my mind, I've already done story number 1, but that's technically a prequel to the album, if you will, because this is story number 1, but it's fine. So I'm just going to paper clip a couple things to the edge of the page that I might use later and get to working on my title. I still haven't realized, obviously, that the 2 is supposed to be a 1, but when I do realize it, I'll fix it. So I'm going to use the stamps, these alpha stamps from last year's December day, or 2 years ago, I think, December Daily. I'm obsessed with this font. So I'm going to fiddle around with the letters to see if I can fit SCV or Tea Party on there. I can't with this particular alpha set, but I really wanted to use these alphas. So what I end up doing is stamping Party, and then I'm going to use some different alphas from Ali Edwards that are also black to spell out SCV and then T. And the Party will be just in this stamped font, which I want to really stand out. So instead of stamping directly on the paper, I stamp on some white cardstock, which I edited out, and left a little white line as a border around it. So I love the way that came out, actually. Super love it. Very simple, but yeah, I really like this. So, and it also allowed me to kind of be more in control of how exactly I wanted the letters to fall. And I want them to be wonky because I think it's really fun and whimsical, and that's totally what this story is going to be. So I feel like it looks really cute. These alphas that match the numbers are too narrow and too long for me. So I switched them out for these alphas, which are from maybe last year's like advent calendar kit. I can't remember. But if it's available, I'll link it for you below. Anything that I used, if it's still available from Ali Edwards, I'll link it below. Not affiliate or anything. I don't think she even has that, but just in case you're curious. So I spell out SCV, and then I'm going to put another little like peppermint in the middle, and in each of these, like where the holes should be, I'm going to add a bunch of these little specialty glitters. And that's going to be it, guys. I love the way this turned out. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to fix the 2 and make it a 1. So there we go. It's day 1 and story 1. And then the last thing I do is add a couple more black stickers to the page so that there's some more black in it. So I added a couple stars from a different paper person release, and that's going to be it. So please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, friends. Remember that you are enough. Happy December daily. Bye.